Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be looking into the concepts called as a RAID impact on the disk performance. Whenever I am talking the impact, that means how much it is going to give the performance in terms of the read and write operations. Whenever I consider here the read and the write operations, I need to check that what type of the RAID it will help me to increase the performance. Please remember, already we have seen the levels, that is either 0 or 1, or we have come across 0 1 or 1 0. Then we have come across 4, then we have come across 5, and we have come across even 6 also. Based on these things, now we need to see that how they are going to perform. So what will be the impact on the disk? Now impact on the disk here I can say is in terms of the input and the output per second. That means you provide an input, within what fraction you are going to get that output. So per second is important. Now when I'm been saying these all the things, it is again important for us to make sure that what type of the RAID is performing the operations. For example, a 0, when I take 0, it is all about the striping where you write into the each and every disk. Hope in the previous classes you know that one. In the RAID, when I'm saying a RAID 1 means it is all mirroring concept. Mirroring concept is very simple. I have this one particular, I'm sorry, the drawing is so bad. In case I'm having one particular disk over here, then the another particular disk, then whenever I'm trying to write, then both the copies will be going into the disk. That means two times I'm going to perform the write operation. I'm going to perform two times. So here I can say that the write operation, what is being performed, it has to be performed on the two disk. The same way, when I'm performing the write operation on the RAID 5, hope if you remember RAID 4 and RAID 5, in RAID 4 we are having four disk. Along with that one, we had a separate parity disk which is going to maintain the parity of each and every stripe. But in the RAID 5, what we have done, we are having four disks. If I am be not wrong, then what we are going to do is we are going to maintain the blocks of the disk. So this is first disk, then we have this the second disk, then we are having the third disk, next that is the fourth disk, and which are again divided in terms of the stripes, so please don't forget that. So in each and every stripe we are going to write the data, and in this one disk, any part will be calculating the parity. So that means the read and write operations are being carried out on the minimum four disk. So the operation here is being taken as 4. In the RAID 6, the number of operations for the input and output is 6, because we are going to have the minimum of two parity disk we are going to maintain it. So for that purpose we need to have the 3 read and the write operations. Then moving on, how do they calculate the parity? So as I said the last class, that we are going to calculate the parity on the available data, right? So that it is going to regain all the data that is being lost. Now when I'm having here, you can check that the A1 disk, A2 disk, then we have here A3 and A4. We are having here the parity, that means automatically the RAID 5 is applied over here. Okay, the RAID 5 is applied, we are been calculating the parity. Now you can check in between, the parity is being calculated for the remaining 4 and it is being stored in the disk 1. We are calculating the parity for the strip number 5. Okay, like this, when it is being calculated, then how it is being regained, that means if any changes is being done, how are they going to calculate? So please remember, as I said, that the parity is the sum of the operations. So that we'll see here. Now you can check the operation, how it has been performed. How do we calculate the parity? Is E1, E2, E3 and E4. Remember, we are performing the XOR operations. So that means EP, that means the parity is being calculated for all the disks. The same way for the first disk what you had, AP. So that is also calculated as A1 plus A2, that is XOR operation. Then we have for the third one, it is A3 and the last one is A4. Okay, so this is how they are going to calculate. Now in case in this one, if any of the disk is going to fail, remember, either any one disk is going to fail, that let us assume that second disk is going to fail, that means A2 is going to fail. Now when this A2 is going to fail, that means this A2 whatever is being written, I have to get back. So this A2 stripe, whatever data is there, I need to get back. How do I get back? It is from this old parity what have been calculated. So what they are going to do in the, how they are going to calculate that one, right? So we will see here. Now you can check here that the old parity, how it is being calculated is, we are having this AP, that is old parity, and we have been having the disk, whichever disk or old disk or what is it, the second disk or the fourth disk, whatever you can take it, and the new one that you are going to write it. So using this one, you are going to calculate the what is the parity of that one. So P old, that is EP of the old, is nothing but this one is being taken. Okay, and the E4 of the old means the old, that is the disk number that is being taken, that means whatever it was being crashed, they are going to deduct that value from the parity. Please remember, they are going to deduct, that is AP minus, okay, I can take it as A2, then I am going to get the contents of this disk whichever I have been lost. And now the new one, whatever I want to write it, I'm just going to perform the XOR operation on this one. So that will be considered as A2 of the new, and this whole is going to generate the another parity. Okay, so this is how they are going to calculate the lost data and regain that one. So moving on to the next slide is, now when they have been done all these operations to get the data and all, now how are the operations being performed? So here is one numericals on which they are going to calculate. So let us see that one. Please hope I request everyone to take a paper and the pen for these calculations. Please observe it carefully and also write it down. Okay, now we are going to see that how they are going to calculate this disk load. Now first example what we have been considering is the application that is generating 5200 inputs and outputs per second. Please remember, it is going to generate how many input and output per second is 5200, and with the 60% of the what is that of them is the reads. Now when I'm been taking the read operation, so it will be read and write going hand in hand. So please remember, read and write will be going hand in hand. Now when he says that out of this 5200, 60% of them is performed only the read operations, then what is the remaining write operations? That is 40%. Okay, so any doubts in this one? 60% is read, out of how much it is? 5200. So remaining is 40%, that is the write operations have to be done. Now I need to calculate on RAID 5 what is the disk performance. As I said, in the RAID 5, the write penalty, what I'm been writing to the disk is how much it is? 4. So please remember, for each and every RAID level, the right penalties is already being decided. When I say it as raid 1, then the right penalty is 1. Okay, so the right penalty is 1. When I am being saying the when I am being saying the raid 5, then the right penalty is 4. When I say the raid 6, then the right penalty is 6. So these numbers are being common. You cannot change this one. Okay. Now moving on to the problem. So he wants us to calculate on the raid 5, as it is 5200, out of which 60% is being decided for the read. Then how much is remaining? 40% is being remaining. So when I'm being calculating, as it is rate 5, so what is the right penalty we are having? It is a 4. So you need to perform into 4 that one. So 5200. So it is 5200. In that one, it is 60%. So when I perform the 60% of the operations on this one, so how much it will be remaining? 0, 0 get cancels. This also 0 get cancelled. So it is 0, 6 2s are 12, 1 carry it will be 6 5s are 30 and 31. So that means out of 5200, the 60% means 3120 is reserved for the read operations. Now it is here 5200, 40% is utilized, so it goes for 2008 and multiplied by 4. So this is the total input and output operations that is being performed for the RAID 5. The same way we are going to calculate for the RAID 1 also. As I said, it is how much it is? 60% of, right? Please remember 5200, and I said what is the right penalty it is involving? The RAID 1, it is 2 into, okay, so remaining how much is the right? It is 40%. 40 into 5200. Okay, please can anyone tell me what will be the answer of this one? So it will be directly 7280 input output per second. So please remember, this much of the operations are being carried out by the disk. Okay, now when I want to calculate that, how many number of the disk are being required? Okay, please remember how many number of the disk will be required. So at that particular point you can calculate it as the maximum here, the number of the input and output whatever they are going to give you, you have to divide it by the number of the RPM, that is the revolution per cycle, how much ever they are going to give you, you have to calculate that one. Okay, so this is one of the simple example what is being given. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Here is one more numericals being given to calculate what is a penalty. So per workload what he is giving is 1200. Okay, input output per seconds. Now they have been dividing that one in read and write operations in terms of 2:1. So please remember, when it is 2:1, in the previous example they had given in terms of percentage. Now it is given in terms of the ratio. So when it is given in terms of the ratio, the total is 3, right? So the read operations will be 2 divided by 3 and the write operations will be 1 divided by 3. So out of the total the operations, we are going to perform 2 divided by 3 and 1 divided by 3. So what is the total workload he is giving us? It is 1200. Okay, so we need to calculate this disk load for RAID 10 and RAID 5. Okay, so when I want to calculate this one, this is for your read operation. Remember, for your read operations you don't have any penalty, only it comes when we are going for the write operation. So there you come across the penalties. Okay, so now you can check that one. The read operation is 2 divided by 3, so I am going to write it as 2 divided by 3 into what is the workload I am having? It is 1200, right? So it is 1200 plus, okay, what we have been taking, the RAID level is 10, so the penalty is 2 into the write one is 1 by 3. okay, into the operations that has been performed is 1200. So now if I take this one, so it is 3 ones are, and it goes for 3 fours are 12, okay, and this also is again your 400 itself. Now if I calculate this one, it is 4 twos are 800, okay, plus even this also goes for 4 twos are 800. So right, it is, so 800 plus 800 is your 1600 input and output per second. So this much is being performed whenever you go for your RAID 1. So please remember this one. The same way for your RAID 5. So whatever you have been just put here, the value that is 2, right? You can see here the value 2, whatever you have been put, it has to be replaced by the value 4. Okay, so you have to replace with the value 4. So you are going to get the that is input and output per seconds for the particular disk. Okay, so I think this is not a problem. Then the last one, what we have been having from the exercise. So this is the problem they have been given. So there is an application with the 1000 heavy users, and their operations is 2 per second, and we have 2000, and their operation they are going to take is 1 per second, and it is estimated that it is having a overhead of 20 percentage also. And we have the read and write operations again in terms of 2 is to 1. So please remember here is they are having the total operation. So you need to take it up with the number of the users, what is their input output per second, and also you have to calculate what is the overhead, because more number of the users, they are facing how much overhead, that is 20 percentage overhead. And what is the operations that is being performed, read and write, again it is in terms of 2 is to 1. So we need to calculate how much is for RAID 10, RAID 5 and RAID 6. As I stated, for your RAID 10, that is the penalty is 2. For your RAID 5, the penalty is 4. And for your RAID 6, the write penalty is 6. Okay, so I hope you people will calculate that one.